get basically new fans, you know, people that will just start binge watching that maybe didn't see it when it was actually airing, and they just literally sit and watch every single season in like a week. I'm not saying that I did that or anything, but how does that, I mean, do you just notice that you're getting like this whole new resurgence of fandom, these people that have just discovered the show and have watched all of it, and as an actor, do you like that, or do you miss the days when it was a water cooler discussion about, you know, you had to wait a whole week before you got to see what happened?
I don't know, you know, I mean, my experience is, you kind of get a little bit of both, you know, you know, for SOA, you know, while it was kind of gaining its inertia, you know, everyone was over the moon, but then every once in a while you'll be in an airport and you'll see somebody and they got that look in their eye, and they'll come up to you and they'll be like, I'm up to season 3, and like, all right. It doesn't end well. If you watch the series backwards, everything gets great.
I think that, you know, having done both now, the fact that you had to wait a week between episodes on Sons of Anarchy, I actually feel like the anticipation of waiting to find out what happens next was one of the factors that made the show as successful as it is. And now I've done a show where they drop all 10 episodes at once, and it's a show that shouldn't be watched more than one episode at a time because it's just way too much information. It gets very, very confusing. Some of it's very heavy, and it's not made for binge watching. So there's no one answer to any of this. I actually think that, you know, you get a new model and it's supposed to replace all the old models, but sometimes the old model was the best model. And you know, a lot of people have caught Sons of Anarchy on Netflix when they didn't catch it while it was running, so they are binge watching it and they're loving it. So, I mean, none of us know what the answer to this is. Everybody has their own way of finding things and viewing things. Just the fact that there's more outlets for great drama to take place is great for us because it's very hard to be out of work. You really have to suck right now to like be out of work because there's so much fucking television.
I actually have a question for all of you, just because I'm interested. It's like, can anybody out there name a show where they dropped all 10 episodes at once that somebody feels like it was phenomenal?
Orange is the New Black!
Dare?
Stranger Danger what?
Stranger Things.
Stranger
I think you've just now named every television show that's been done in the last 10 years.
What was that last one?
Orange is the New Black.
Right. Okay. Hand of God, yeah.
The God, the great Ronnie Priest.
You were able to watch Hand of God all at once? Because I got a headache after like an episode and a half, and I knew it was coming.
We were in San Diego Comic-Con when that dropped, and just the amount of promo of seeing your face on the side of a bus going through San Diego that weekend was amazing.
Sorry about that.
Well, hi.
Hi, my name's Jane, and I am out of Fleming, Georgia, which is just outside of Savannah. I belong to the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, and my question for you is, in becoming a biker as an actor, did you go and do any research behind that, meeting other bikers or getting into the biker community, biker bars? I know some of you didn't ride, but did you get into any of that?
Yes.
Was it scary?
The other great thing that Sutter did was when he was prepping to write the pilot, he actually spent a bunch of time up in Oakland with the real Hells Angels, and he got into he became very kind of immersed in. For me, it was never about riding the bike. It was about what is their frame of mind. You know, what are their values? Like who are they to one another? What is their sense of loyalty and why? What does that come out of? What kind of Americans are they? who are they politically, you know? All that stuff is much more important than the actual riding of the bike, although the riding of the bike is exciting and beautiful and very colorful. But Sutter did all the work, transferred all that to us, gave us reading materials, told us to look here and look here for the cues as to what the mindset is of the MC, and what the hierarchy is, how it works. President, vice president, sergeant arms, treasurer, you know, all the things you have in a real government. And so that was what was most important to me anyway.
That's why you rock that.
And having like DL as part of the group was fantastic. David LaBrava, he just kept it so fucking, he kept us in that world, whether we liked it or fucking not. But yeah, he definitely helped a hell of a lot, I think.
Yeah, I remember like one story that I've just told a few times was, you know, during the first episode that you're shooting, you know, you're trying to find the character, you're trying to understand the sort of group dynamic, and I walk up and I see DL, and I went to introduce myself, and he just grabs me and hugs me like as hard as he fucking can, and I haven't even said he hasn't even said his name to me yet, and I look back, and it was one of those things that I kind of looked at him. He's like, "Great to fucking be here. Great to fucking be here." And I was like, "Oh, that's what this connection is. Is like for whatever reason." And I said, "You just hugged me really hard, man." And he goes, "Fucking energy transfer, brother." And I was like, okay. But it's like that type of intimate, you know, brotherhood was immediately transmitted in that, for me personally, in that moment. And it kind of kept us in this very, you know, the dependence that you have on your brothers is closer, that, you know, is as close as, soldiers develop when they're, you know, on the battlefield. So.
I just want to say I love your beard. I have my own bearded brother.
Oh.
I love all the beards, so thank you.